GM. GM. So, I want to talk, just quick update on some trades. You know my opinion at the moment, right? My opinion is that the market is going lower. I sold most of the meme coins, Apu, Bowden, Trump, kept some of them, right? I still have some of them. I don't want to go to zero on them, but I've absolutely reduced them, put a bunch back into Bitcoin. I've got some cash on the side, and I bought some more cash at $3.50 when it was down here. Been over this a bunch. But my view of the market, I think, is pretty clear. I've said months of pain ahead, probably everything goes lower or sideways. That doesn't mean it's going to be right, but so far since I said that, it's playing out. So let's assume that that's the case. I want to talk about a cash first of all. Ignore this wick. It means nothing in terms of your next few weeks. Why do I say that? Because it's not like Akash announced a partnership with Nvidia, right? If AKT were like, we've partnered with Nvidia, we're going to be the sole supplier and fucking decentralized GPUs moving forward, or whatever, and this happened, you'd be like, that's really bad, right? Because you've some genuine breakthrough bullish news and price rejects. It wasn't that. It just got listed on a Korean exchange. It got listed on Upbit. The books were thin, right? There was not a lot of liquidity on the books. It got listed onto a new exchange. A lot of buying and selling happened in a very short space of time. So it went up a lot and all the way back down. And it is right back, it's just getting to, right back to where it began. It's fine. It means nothing. I said this on the day. If you go back to Tuesday's trade of the day, or maybe it was Wednesday's, I said Akash will probably come all the way back. I think it was Tuesday's. It'll probably come all the way back to where it started. Because it's a move that didn't have any fundamental behind it. It's just getting listed on a new exchange. It's not that big a deal. So when you're talking about news and news event failures and how price moves based on them, of course, when it goes from $4 to $7 in like 3 minutes, right? Like, look how fast this moved. It went from $4 to $7 in 20 minutes. 20 minutes from $4 to $7. Guys, that's insane. That is a 76% move in 20 minutes. Those are the kind of returns that TradFi people can only dream of in a year. And it happened in 20 minutes. So of course people took profit. The reason most people lose in the market is because they can't separate low time frame from high time frame. High time frame, nothing has changed with Akash. There's the weekly chart. It looks exactly like it did at the beginning of the week. Right? On the daily chart, it looks exactly the same. It had, instead of having this, forget the wick, right? What did Akash do? It just had a downtrend, a quick bounce, and that's potentially a lower high, or it's potentially setting up a consolidation. Now, the whole market, if I'm right, is going to go into a choppier phase where it goes down or sideways or lower. So in that instance, I expect most coins to retest their lows and either hold there and form a base or go lower to make people panic and quit and then recover. And nothing much more than that. I don't see any huge deeper corrections. I think with the way things are set up between the liquidation event we had 2 weeks ago, the funding rates reset, the spot premium returning, the altcoin market, meme coins still need to bleed, liquidity should disappear, but I don't see a lot of these coins going way lower. It's more of a time thing. But can Akash take the lows? Absolutely. Is it going to? Well, first of all, you deal with what's actually happening. It's flipped the bands to green. So let's imagine it holds here for a little bit, then it drops back below them. That would be totally normal. Bands red, bands green, bands red. If it comes down towards the lows and holds, then just wait for the next time the bands flip green, and that's it. That's it. It's game on, if that happens. I don't think these bands are going to stay green and hold, because we've had a strong rejection off that move, which we should. It was just an exchange listing. It was not a big protocol upgrade. It was not a change to tokenomics. It was not a partnership with NVIDIA. It was not a breakthrough. It was just getting listed on a new exchange. So it should come back. And it doesn't have to mean anything, right? So just give it time. I think everybody here should be trading a cash with a higher time frame view. I have never once day traded a cash. I've never once taken a short-term trade on a cash. It's not that kind of bag. It's a cycle bag. If I'd have tried to fuck around day trading it, I wouldn't have got the move from 55 cents to $7 and continuing. It's just not one of those coins that you want to day trade or short-term trade. You can do whatever you want. But it's a bet on AI and crypto, and it's a good coin, it's strong, and it's holding up. And it can go up, or it can go down, or it can go sideways. You need to have a plan for all of those eventualities. This type of move, where it takes the lows, is going to make every single person quit, and that would be like the ideal scenario for me. If it actually does take those lows out, everyone's going to panic, sell, quit. And that's the perfect place for a bottom. That's why price gravitates back towards previous lows and liquidity. That's why it does it, right? Even look over here. Sets a low, yeah? Consolidates. These are weekly candles. Consolidates, takes it out. Bounces, everyone's, oh, it's good. Comes down again. Takes out the lows again. They're like, oh my God. At that point, that's people like, it's over, it's done, it's dead, I'm out. Fucking can't take this pain anymore. They sell. What happens? Big squeeze up. Now, this is in the context of a bear market, but the exact same thing happens in bull markets. Every single time. I can just pull up any fucking coin at complete random. I can't even think of a coin, so I'm going to go to my list. I have to change the watch listing. It's a bit weird. Ocean. Right. Let's look at Ocean. Let's go back in time. And let's look at how people give up. Right? Where have we got an example? I'm going to go from 2022. And it goes lower and lower and lower. And lower and lower and lower. And then people give up more and more. And it takes out that low and that low and that low, right? And so people are getting depressed. But they start to see some signs of life. And it starts to rally up here and has this big impulse. People are like, holy shit, that's a nice rounded bottom. Maybe it's it. Maybe that's it. The bear market's over. Of course, FTX collapses. Down into those again. People are like, fuck this. This is brutal. And not only that, but then a week later, it grinds down and takes out the low again. And at that point, everyone's just like, fuck this. Like, the industry's dead. Look at this chart. This chart's never going to recover. And it literally looks like at that time, it's going to look like there's just no way this could possibly go up. Right? It's going to look so bad. To the point where they just say, I can't believe it went even lower yet again. There's just no way, right? There's just no way that this could be bullish. Like, look at that. Just put yourself back into November 2022. Just imagine it. There is no way that this could be bullish. None. That was the stone cold bottom. Before the absolute biggest and best fucking short squeeze and rally that we've had ever. There's never been a bigger short squeeze off the lows. Obviously, it's not as big as the 2021 bull run, but in terms of that reaction squeeze, it was one of the best times to trade ever. Now, for this to happen again, and we will get these again, for these beautiful squeezes and wonderful momentum on the upside, we have to suffer pain first. So, there was the nuke level, right? That was literally the Luna collapse for Ocean. Ocean never went lower than that. Not significantly. It just creeped slightly lower, right? But barely, right? That was basically Ocean's bottom. And yet, it took until November, right? 6 months later for it to actually finally capitulate, then grind down even lower, and then people give up and we went higher. So, just think about it, right? There's the nuke level. This is, I am very, very, very confident that this level will be at or around the bottom. When it all is said and done, that'll be somewhere near the bottom. Now, it'll come down and it could stay above it, right, and never break it, and boom, away we go. Or it can do what Ocean did. It can come down, it can touch it, rally up, oh, we're back. Oh, no, we're not back. Oh, we're back. Oh, we're not back. Oh, this isn't looking good. And then it breaks. And oh, no, that's it. Whoa, that's really bad. It's over. Whoop, here we go. Boom. Right? You have to be prepared for these kind of things. These are the eventualities people don't prepare for. Everyone prepares for, whoop, away we go, bull market, fucking let's go. And that's why people FOMO into these pumps. And I said it on the day, and it's just too soon. I've been screaming this for 2 weeks. It's just too soon for stuff to pump again. You don't go from like a 10-month up-only rally straight back into another one. Cause and effect has to build energy. There has to be some kind of reaccumulation. Like this here. We went from August 20th until November. Right? 3 months. Nice down, grinding, low volatility, goes to shit, goes to shit, goes to shit. And what do people do here? I remember this because obviously we were all, I was long a cash. And people ask me, Michael, why didn't you sell there? Like, shouldn't we sell there? Shouldn't we sell and buy back lower and blah, blah, blah? But remember, bear in mind, we're in here from 55 cents. It was like, it's nowhere near my entry. I'll buy more if anything. It's like, why is people, you have to have a higher time frame view. But it comes down and then there's a bounce. People are like, oh, it's good, it's bouncing again. Takes out the lows. Grinds sideways. Makes new lows. Little bounce up. Oh, it's back, is it? Higher low? Or lower high? Higher high? Fucking whatever. Takes out the lows again. Oh, I can't take this anymore. Keeps going lower and lower and lower and lower. And they give up. We're not at that phase yet. Right? We're still in the volatile phase. Meaning price is moving fast. Like even this moved down, right? So Akash had its consolidation. Then it moved down fast. Then a little bounce. Then it moves down fast. Right? Then it moved up fast. And it's back down. Almost always, the fast moves need to stop happening. Volatility needs to die before it can build up again and expand. So, be prepared for absolutely nothing to happen for several weeks. Be prepared for it to go lower. Be prepared for it to not go lower. Be prepared for it to go sideways, everything in between. But everyone's ready for it to go up. So the thing I need to keep reiterating is you need to be prepared for it to not go up. And it's mostly just understanding it's okay for it to not go up. And so I'll say it like this. If you can't handle it going to 250, then get out. Because it could go there. But if you get out, what happens if it goes up? What's your time frame? What's your trade? Do you have a setup? Do you have a plan? Like I said, I'm in from 55 cents and $2.40 and $3.50. I have the luxury of being in early.